Expand your vocabulary with our Core 2000 Words ebook. It's free and packed with essential expressions that you'll use on a daily basis. Start building your vocabulary today. Click the link in the description below to download your free Swedish ebook before it's gone.
Hi everybody, welcome to Swedish Pod 101. It's time for another class, another lesson in the Swedish language. And I'm Hannah, talking to you from Sweden. Today we're gonna go through some very basic words, some foundations. So let's get started with the words. Hey, hello. Very basic, simple. You say hey, it works for everybody, whoever you meet. You say hey and they will probably respond with another hey back to you. God morgon. Good morning. Bit more formal. Nice and polite for the mornings. Means the same as in English. Means good morning. God eftermiddag. Good afternoon. Same, polite and nice, but of course used in the afternoon. And again, it's the same meaning as in English. It means good afternoon. God eftermiddag. Good afternoon. God natt. Good night. Most of the time it's used for when you're going to sleep. So when you wish someone a nice night, good night's sleep, this is what you say. Vad heter du? What's your name? Very easy, we're not that formal in Sweden. So, and again, it's the same meaning word by word. It means, what's your name? You ask what someone is called. Jag heter Hanna. I'm Hannah. Meaning is just, my name is Hannah, and I do of course recommend you to not say Hannah, but use your own name instead. It might get a bit weird if you just copy my name. Unless your name is Hannah, of course. Trevligt att träffas. Nice to meet you. Same meaning as in English, again. Always, you can use this when you meet someone, like when you introduce yourself, but you can also use it when you say goodbye and you want to tell them that it was nice getting to know them, nice meeting them, first time or every time. So there's no wrong time for using this one when you want to tell someone that it was nice seeing them. Hur mår du? How are you? Nice and easy short phrase. Sometimes in Sweden we do respond like, oh, it's all good, even though it's not. And sometimes if you know someone closer, they probably give you a more thorough explanation, tell them a bit more about what's going on in their life. So this can either be just a polite phrase or when you sincerely mean to, find out more about what's going on in someone's life. Jag mår bra tack. Och du? I'm fine, thanks. And you? Yeah, so maybe this is the polite version of the answer if everything is good, or if everything is good. So this is just the most common way to respond if someone asks you, like, what's going on? It's all good. I don't want to go too deep into whatever is going on in your life. But it's nice and polite. And of course it ends with asking someone back how they are. Snälla, please. In Swedish we use this word snälla. It's the meaning of snäll is nice, kind. And sometimes we use the word for thanks instead, like in the end of the sentence, like, can you pass me the salt, please? We say tack, thanks, instead of this word. But you can swap them, you can use either of the two, and it's still going to be a nice way of asking someone to maybe help you or answer a question or something. Tack, thank you. Here we go with this word, tack, thank you, or thanks. I would say that it's more like thanks. It's the short, nice, not very formal way of just saying thanks. I think maybe this is the most useful word in any language, don't you think? Like, every time if someone helps you with the door or something, you can thank them. And that's one of the first things for me, at least, that I want to learn how to say in the language. Thank people for helping me. Varsågod. You're welcome. Maybe you help someone sometimes and they say thank you for helping them, holding a door or something. I guess in almost every country it's like the norm that you, maybe if someone is carrying a lot of stuff or someone elderly walks by, you hold the door for them. And in Sweden, if they say thank you, you reply with this phrase for you're welcome. So, varsågod. You're welcome. Ja. Yes. It's just yes, you know. When you want to say, you can add the yes please, ja tack. But it's just yes, easy. Nej. No. Also, nej, short and easy, is just the word to say no. You can add the politer version, say no thanks, then you just say nej tack. So this is actually fun. You can combine the words in this lesson a lot to create more polite sentences. Okay. Okay. So this one you kind of already knew if you know the English version. And I've heard that okay is one of the most common words in the world these days. It's used in a lot of languages, almost the same pronunciation, almost the same spelling as well. So, okay. That one always works. Ursäkta mig. Excuse me. For when you want to maybe walk by someone is standing in your way, like maybe accidentally blocking a door or something, you just want to politely ask them if you can step by or if they could move to the side, then you use this one. Also, if you want to get attention, you use this like excuse me to get some attention. Maybe in a restaurant or something like that. Förlåt. Sorry. Maybe almost as useful as knowing how to say thanks. You can say this, I'm sorry. And this is maybe more on an emotional level than the phrase for excuse me. It's a bit similar to English there too, I think, that you use. This is more like serious, maybe deeper level. Maybe you hurt someone, or it doesn't have to be like that super emotional, but maybe you accidentally hurt someone. Then you say sorry. Vad är klockan? What time is it? So in Sweden we don't use the AM PM, but we use the 1, 2, 3, 4, then we say 13, 14, 15 hours for the afternoon time. And so that's also a good thing to remember when asking about time, that maybe someone will tell you, oh, it's 14, then they actually mean 2 p.m. So that's a good fact to have when you ask for the time, so that you understand what they tell you. Var är toaletten? Where is the restroom? Good one to know, you all. I guess you've sometimes been somewhere and you really needed a restroom. I think that's like part of being human. And then asking for it in the right language can actually be crucial not to have an accident. So actually, as you might have heard when I said it, it's quite similar to the word toilet. So toilet. So you can probably use toilet and get around, but it's always good to know how to ask for this. Vänta ett ögonblick. Wait a moment. Maybe in a restaurant or in a store, if you order something or buy something, they just need to, fix something before they can help you. Then this is what they will tell you, to just wait a moment. And hopefully it's just a moment and not longer. Hur mycket kostar det här? How much is this? So except for getting food, maybe the next thing you need to solve when you're traveling is to buy some things, do some shopping. And then, of course, in Sweden we don't haggle, so when you ask for the price, you'll get what you're expected to pay. There are a few exceptions to this, like a few markets where you can haggle and discuss the price, but most places it's just fixed. So when you ask for it, you'll get the answer you need. Kan jag få notan tack? Could I get the check please? This is for asking to pay. In a restaurant, you can just raise your hand and ask for the check and you'll be able to pay. Kan jag få notan tack? Could I get the check please? Hjälp. Help. I hope you don't have to use this one anytime at all, because it might mean that you're in a tricky situation, but if you do end up in one, it's of course useful to be able to scream for help. Quite similar to the English one, hjälp. So just hjälp, and hopefully someone will run over and help you with whatever it is that you're getting yourself into. Actually, Swedes can be a bit, maybe they won't approach you if you look like you don't need help. So if you like pretend that you're okay. So it's actually good to ask for it if you need it. Vi ses senare. See you later. This is, it can either mean that you will see each other later, but you can also just use it to be nice, like, you know, hope to see you later, but you just say see you later as if you will actually see them, but it's kind of a nice way of saying that you hope to see them later. So, vi ses senare. Or, as you would usually say, actually in Swedish you would say vi ses sen. Sen, instead of senare. So that's a shorter version. A bit more of slang, but you can maybe start with the correct one. Hej då. Goodbye. Short and easy, a version of the hey that we used to say hello. You add a little part in the end, and you can use this for anyone. It's also like, doesn't matter if they are older or younger or anything like that. Use the same word. And this was the end of the lesson, top 25 phrases in Swedish. I hope you learned some of them already, and that you'll take your time to go out and practice short, easy phrases that will make you sound a bit more nice. And the Swedish people, of course, like everybody, appreciates when you use some of their language. Remember to like, subscribe, and comment on Swedish Pod 101, this channel, and also head over to swedishpod101.com to learn more free Swedish. I hope you're still having fun with the language. I am. Hej då, bye bye! Hi everybody, I'm Hannah, talking to you from the countryside of Sweden. Maybe you'll be able to hear some of the birds and the wind in the trees during today's class. Today we're going to talk about top 25 Swedish verbs. Let's get started. Att vara, to be. Jag är trött på att vara singel. Jag är trött på att vara singel. I'm tired of being single. Just guessing, but I think this is a feeling most of us had sometime in our lives, unless you've been lucky enough to have a partner since, I don't know, forever. Maybe that's unlikely, so maybe you can recognize this feeling based on the verb to be. Att gilla, att tycka om. To like. Jag gillar dig. Jag tycker om dig. Jag gillar dig. Or jag tycker om dig. I like you. Liking is a very useful verb. I mean, in this sample, it's used about a person, but you can use it about anything you like, food or places or anything. So useful, basic verb. I hope you have a lot of things that you like about Sweden so that you can use these words when you come over here. Att göra. To do. Vad ska du göra i helgen? Vad ska du göra i helgen? What are you going to do this weekend? In Sweden now it's Tuesday, so the weekend is still, we still have a few days before that, but since it's summer, I think for me I'm going to be outside a lot. That's what I'm going to do this weekend. I hope you have something fun planned as well. Att säga. To say. Säg till om du är ledig imorgon. Säg till om du är ledig imorgon. Tell me if you're free tomorrow. I guess this verb, to say, is also a very common one. To say or to speak, you can use the same Swedish verb for both of them. When someone speaks, well, there is another word for that as well. But this one works for speaking, saying, talking. Att säga. Att förklara. To explain. Kan du förklara hur tvättmaskinen fungerar? Kan du förklara hur tvättmaskinen fungerar? Could you explain how the washing machine works? I don't know if you've been traveling or been around, maybe you have had to use different washing machines, and at least for me I discovered that they can be really different. So I guess this sample sentence might actually be more useful than you might think at first sight if you come traveling here in Sweden. Always nice to be able to get some fresh laundry, right? Att höra. To hear. Jag hör ingenting konstigt. Jag hör ingenting konstigt. I can't hear anything strange. Did you hear anything strange? Right now I don't hear anything strange, but I heard some chickens before in this. There's a farm right next to where I'm standing, so there might be some strange animal sounds coming from over there. Att gå. To go. Vill du gå till affären nu eller senare? Vill du gå till affären nu eller senare? Do you want to go to the shop now or later? Att veta. To know. Vill du veta något intressant? Do you want to know something interesting? Of course I want to know something interesting. I don't know what people will tell you if you ask around for this, like, or what you would tell them. Maybe you have your special fun fact that would be your interesting thing. But I hope you have some kind of good story, something interesting to share. I would like to hear that story sometimes. Att ta. To take. Glöm inte att ta en bild. Glöm inte att ta en bild. Don't forget to take a picture. At least I'm not forgetting to shoot this video, I hope. I hope I'm still on. Yeah, I think I am. Don't forget to take a picture when you're traveling in Sweden, because it's super beautiful. Especially by the ocean, in the forest, I would say nature, everywhere. Att se. To see. Jag ska se den nya filmen på bio ikväll. Jag ska se den nya filmen på bio ikväll. I'm going to see the new movie at the cinema tonight. In summer, I don't go to the cinema that much because it's so nice outside. And I mean, in Sweden, we have daylight until very late at night in the summer. So I think for me, cinema is a winter activity, but can be super nice. So sometimes in the summer, I'm kind of looking forward to colder, darker days to go to the cinema, but not yet. Summer is still super nice over here. Att komma. To come. Du måste komma hem innan midnatt. Du måste komma hem innan midnatt. You have to come home before midnight. Well, if this is a rule for kids, I think midnight is quite late, but I guess for me, to be home before midnight when I'm about to work, it's like my rule. That's like the rule I set to myself. I have to be home before midnight to be able to get up and work in the morning. Maybe you have midnight or some other time, like that's your preferred time when you have to go to sleep. We're all different in our sleep cycles, I suppose. Att tänka. To think. Jag tänker på dig varje dag. Jag tänker på dig varje dag. I think about you every day. I'm not sure about you, like the person I'm watching through the screen right now, because I think I never met you. So it's hard to think about you every day. But I do certainly think about who's watching me on the other side right now. You or someone else. Att titta. To look. Titta på den där elefanten. Titta på den där elefanten. Look at that elephant. If you come to Sweden, you will not use this word, I mean the elephant, that much, because we don't really have many elephants, maybe in a zoo, but maybe you'll use this to look verb if you're lucky enough to see a moose, because we have those, and they're pretty cool as well. Not as big as elephants, but pretty cool animals. I hope you get to see one someday. Att vilja. To want. Vill du gå ut med mig imorgon? Vill du gå ut med mig imorgon? Do you want to go out with me tomorrow? Wait, not asking you right now because, like I said, I don't know who you are, and I'm actually busy tomorrow, but maybe some other time. Maybe I'll see you some other time, or you can use this for some other cool person that you meet. Att ge. To give. Glöm inte ge din mamma det här brevet. Glöm inte ge din mamma det här brevet. Don't forget to give your mom this letter. I don't know about you, but I do forget things sometimes. I guess it's one of the annoying things about being human, that you tend to forget things now and then, and it's really annoying. I hope you're better than me with not forgetting things. Att använda. To use. Vet du hur man använder DVD-spelaren? Vet du hur man använder DVD-spelaren? Do you know how to use the DVD player? I don't know about where you are, but in Sweden, DVD players are actually not that common anymore. So maybe you won't have to ask about how to use the DVD player, but how to use like a laptop or Netflix or something. But it's still a good verb. Att hitta. To find. Jag hittar inte mina nycklar. Jag hittar inte mina nycklar. I can't find my keys. I think we have all been in this situation sometimes. Like for me especially, it's right when I'm about to leave the house. I'm just gonna grab the last few things, put them in my bag and go. And that's when I can't find my keys. And of course they're usually in a very obvious place. I just have to run around and get really stressed, and then I find them. But it's super annoying. So should probably find a better spot right by the door where I can always leave my keys. I'll try to do that after shooting this video. Att gå ut. To go out. Ska vi gå ut och äta på söndag? Ska vi gå ut och äta på söndag? Should we go out to eat on Sunday? Sunday is actually a quite popular day to go to restaurants in Sweden because they're not as fully booked as Fridays and Saturdays, but it's still like a weekend and a bit of a luxury. So, pretty good sample sentence. I don't know about the rest of the world. Maybe it's similar. Maybe Sunday is a day when a lot of people go out to eat. I'm not sure. At least here in Sweden, that's the case. Att fråga. To ask. Fråga din mamma först. Fråga din mamma först. Ask your mom first. For me these days, I don't have to ask my mom that often, but sometimes I do. Like, for example, sometimes I still borrow her car, and then I'll have to ask her first. I guess throughout lives, we will always have these special situations to our mothers, and yeah, have to ask them things, like at least opinion sometimes. Att jobba. To work. Jobbar du hela helgen? Jobbar du hela helgen? Are you working the whole weekend? I hope you're not working the whole weekend. I'm usually not working during the weekend, maybe like a little bit on Sunday if necessary, but most of the time I would not work during the weekend. It's for pleasure, I think. Att gå in. To enter. Kan vi gå in i den här affären snabbt? Kan vi gå in i den här affären snabbt? Could we enter this shop quickly? Do you usually enter a shop quickly when you say you're supposed to? I'm actually one of the people who does. Like, I don't really like shopping or going to shops, so I try to be as fast as possible, but I know that some people say this and they're not super fast. You probably have friends like that who are like just gonna check something out in a shop and then they take like 1 hour. Maybe that's you, maybe it's someone you know. Att känna. To feel. Jag känner mig trött idag. Jag känner mig trött idag. I feel tired today. But I actually don't. I feel like I have a lot of energy being out here in the countryside. It's so beautiful, so I have a lot of energy. But some days I feel tired, you feel tired, I guess we all feel tired. Hope you're feeling very alert learning all the Swedish today though. Att lämna. To leave. Jag har lämnat min man. Jag har lämnat min man. I have left my husband. I haven't, but and I don't have one either. But maybe this is something you hear in movies a lot. I feel like I heard this in movies a lot. I don't know. But there are a lot of things you can leave, like your house or the train station or a cafe or whatever. Useful verb. Everywhere we go, we sooner or later have to leave, I guess. Att ringa. To call. Jag ringer upp dig snart. Jag ringer upp dig snart. I'll call you back soon. I heard that calling people is like less common these days because we do a lot of texting and writing. But to get like faster to a decision or something, I think it's always nicer to call and get a regular conversation instead of just writing back and forth. So att ringa, to call, useful. Att springa. To run. David springer snabbare än mig. David springer snabbare än mig. David runs faster than me. I was actually out running this morning in the beautiful surroundings here, but I don't know who David is. It's just a sample name in this case, but I didn't run super fast, so probably someone called David is a little bit faster than me. That, my friends, was the end of this lesson. Top 25 Swedish verbs. I hope you found some of them, all of them, most of them useful. Verbs are things we do, like active usually. And what are you doing today? What verb? Maybe you can use one of these Swedish verbs to talk about something you're up to today. Remember to like, comment, and subscribe to this video, and head over to SwedishPod101.com to learn more Swedish. I'll see you next time. Bye bye from Sweden. Hi everybody, I'm Hannah and it's time for another class in Swedish, and today we're going to talk about 10 questions that you should know. So 10 basic questions that are very handy for maybe a friendly conversation, a first time conversation or something similar. So let's get started. Vad heter du? What's your name? And the sample answer could be Jag heter Hanna. Jag heter Hanna. My name is Hannah. Very useful and easy and always good to ask for someone's name, and also allows you to maybe learn some Swedish names. We say them a bit differently, even though some of them are similar sounding to other languages. Hur mår du? How are you? Jag mår bra. Jag mår bra. I'm fine. There we had the question and the answer to this. It's a very good starter, and maybe if you know someone, you'll get more than the I'm fine, but for a nice and polite start of a conversation, it's also a sign of interest to ask someone how they are. I think that's similar to most languages. Var kommer du ifrån? Where are you from? Jag kommer från Kina. Jag kommer från Kina. I'm from China. Not that I am, but in my case, I would of course use Sweden, and maybe for you it's another country. So, but if you travel, I know that you meet a lot of people from different places, and then knowing how to ask them where they're from is a good conversation starter. And also interesting to find out. Maybe you can ask more questions about where they're from. Var lärde du dig svenska? Where did you learn Swedish? Jag lärde mig svenska på swedishpod101.com. Jag lärde mig svenska på swedishpod101.com. I learned Swedish at swedishpod101.com. Maybe you already guessed this. Var bor du? Where do you live? Jag bor i Stockholm. Jag bor i Stockholm. I live in Stockholm. Remember to add the place that you live in and not use Stockholm if you're not in Stockholm. But Stockholm is a very beautiful place, so maybe it's a good idea to move there. It's fun to find out more about where people are from and to hear about their country, I believe. And when you travel in Sweden, also not everybody is from Sweden or from Stockholm. Var jobbar du? Where do you work? Ja, jag jobbar på ICA. Jag jobbar på ICA. I work at ICA. And for you who don't know, ICA is a big grocery store in Sweden. There are others, but this is a very common one. So if you look for a grocery store, you can ask for ICA. Vad har du för telefonnummer? What's your phone number? And to this, you could reply, det är, and then all the numbers. But I think we're going to get to the numbers in another lesson. Det är, meaning it is. And remember the country code if this is someone who's not from your country, if you get their phone number. Vad kostar det? How much is it? Det är, it is. Or here's another one you can also use. Det kostar, it costs. Good to know. Maybe after sightseeing, what you do is you go shopping for some things, and we don't haggle in Sweden, so you don't have to do the haggling. You just have to ask for the price and you'll get the response to what you're probably going to pay. Gillar du svensk mat? Do you like Swedish food? So here we have both two different answers. Ja, det gör jag, meaning yes I do. Or nej, det gör jag inte, meaning no I don't. And to be real honest, the Swedish cuisine is not my favorite. I prefer Asian food, for example, over Swedish food, but we have a few really good ones. And if you're not in Sweden, maybe you have an IKEA, you know, the furniture store somewhere around, and you can try the Swedish meatballs. They're a traditional dish, and kids really like them. But that's a first good start to trying Swedish food. Har du varit i Sverige? Have you been to Sweden? Ja, det har jag. Meaning, yes, I have. Nej, det har jag inte. Meaning, no, I haven't. And if you haven't been to Sweden, I hope you will go. But please go during the summer unless you are into skiing or snowboarding, because summer in Sweden is just magical. We have daylight until very late, like almost depending on where you go. But if you go very far north, the sun is not even gonna set. And in the south, we have very long days. So that's a huge recommendation for you who haven't been to Sweden yet. And this was the end of today's lesson. 10 questions that you should know. 10 questions that come in handy for a conversation. Remember to comment, like, and subscribe to SwedishPod101.com and head over to SwedishPod101.com to learn more. And I'll see you in the next lesson. Bye bye! Hi everybody, welcome to Swedish Pod 101. I'm Hannah, I'm talking to you today from Sweden. It's a beautiful spring morning here. So today we're gonna talk about 10 phrases you always want to hear. A few nice ones to remember that will probably make you happy if you hear them and that you can use to make someone else happy as well. Du ser bra ut idag. You look great today. Du ser bra ut idag. You look great today. Such a short and easy one, but I believe this is something you can tell anyone and it will always make them happy. So, good one to remember. Jag saknar dig. I miss you. Jag saknar dig. I miss you. I hope you don't get to hear this too much, because maybe that means that you're too far away from your loved ones. But of course, when you like people, you will hopefully miss them too sometimes. I guess that's part of the game, don't you think? Du gjorde ett bra jobb. You did a great job. Du gjorde ett bra jobb. You did a great job. I think this one is extra special actually, because when it's about work or a school project or something, it means that you put an effort into it, like maybe worked really hard, and someone tells you that you did a great job. That's maybe that's even more worth than money, that someone is really happy about what you did. So use this one. Det kommer en bonus i slutet av månaden. There'll be a bonus at the end of the month. Det kommer en bonus i slutet av månaden. There'll be a bonus at the end of the month. Well, this one means that you did an extra good job, I think, if someone is willing to give you a bonus, or if that you worked hard enough to earn that well-deserved bonus. So good on you if you hear this. Du är en utmärkt kock. You're an excellent cook. Du är en utmärkt kock. You're an excellent cook. Well, personally, I'm not that into cooking, so honestly, I'm not sure if I get to hear this too much. But if you like cooking, I hope you get to hear this from people trying out your food. I'm sure you do. Och du vinner. And you win. Och du vinner. And you win. I hope that you sometimes win, but maybe not all the time, because maybe that would make people around you angry. So I hope you win now and then, and that you enjoy it when you do. Du hade rätt. You were right. Du hade rätt. You were right. Again, it's always nice to be right, I think. If you weren't sure about something and you look it up and you find out that you were right. But I hope this is not part of an argument where someone is angry at you for being right. So sometimes I think it's more important to agree to disagree to. But I'm sure you got this. Jag tog med något speciellt till dig. I brought you something special. Jag tog med något speciellt till dig. I brought you something special. Maybe if someone you know, like a loved one in the family, has been away traveling and bring you home something special, I know that's something I really appreciate when people do. Budgeten är obegränsad. The budget is unlimited. Budgeten är obegränsad. The budget is unlimited. Well, this is nice when you're gonna work on a project or something, that you can put everything into it that you want. So I hope you get to hear this sometimes. Jag är så stolt över dig. I'm so proud of you. Jag är så stolt över dig. I'm so proud of you. Maybe this is my favorite on the list, to hear that someone is really proud of me. It's something extra. That's it for today. 10 phrases you always want to hear. Maybe you heard one of them today already. Maybe you have a favorite that you like to hear or that you like to tell people. I hope you get to hear them now and then, and that you use them. That would make people happy. And yeah. So remember to like, comment, and subscribe to the channel, and head over to swedishpod101.com to learn more. Thank you so much. I look forward to next time. Bye bye. Hi everybody, welcome to Swedish Pod 101. It's time for a new lesson in Swedish. I'm Hannah, talking to you today from Sweden. I'm actually in Sweden's biggest island, on Sweden's biggest island called Gotland right now. It's a very beautiful place, so I hope you get the chance to come here sometimes. Today's topic is going to be 10 ways to save the planet in Swedish. I don't know if saving the planet looks different in Swedish, but at least we would talk about it differently. So that's what we're gonna go through today. Let's get started! Att återvinna. To recycle. Att återvinna. To recycle. Vi återvinner all glas och plast. We recycle all glass and plastic. Yeah, actually we are quite good at recycling in Sweden. That's something most people do, and most people have these little containers in their homes, in their kitchens, and then they separate different materials, and there are different bins, usually in every community. Most apartment buildings have those bins, so it's really easy to recycle in our Swedish system. Att volontärjobba. To volunteer. Att volontärjobba. To volunteer. Att volontärjobba kan vara en nyttig livserfarenhet. To volunteer can be a healthy life experience. I certainly believe that if you do some volunteering, you're not only benefiting you're not only helping the planet, you're also benefiting yourself from what you learn and see. So that's a nice experience and also a good way to help in saving the planet. So big recommendation to you. I've done some volunteering myself and it was really fun. Att skydda. To protect. Att skydda. To protect. Vi köper miljövänliga produkter för att skydda miljön. We buy eco-friendly products to protect the environment. Maybe there are different products in different countries depending on where you live, but at least in Sweden we have a lot of eco-friendly groceries and clothes and the products these days. I guess it's the demand is higher. More people are looking for eco-friendly products, so I hope you find that in your country as well. A good way to help saving the planet. Att återanvända. To reuse. Att återanvända. To reuse. Några återanvändningsbara material är gummi, jeans och regnvatten. Some reusable materials are rubber, jeans, and rainwater. I'm actually wearing a pair of jeans right now, so I hope that they will be reused somehow someday. Maybe someone else will use them after me, or maybe the materials can be reused and turned into something else. Att bevara. To conserve. Att bevara. to conserve. Vi måste bevara regnskogen och naturen. We have to conserve the rainforest and nature. I care about most things about our planet, but the rainforest, I don't know if you've ever been to one, it's truly magical. So many species living in there, and it's so green and lush, and I find it really, really sad that we might not have those in the future unless we help in conserving them. So let's all try and do that. Att ta hand om miljön. To care for the environment. Att ta hand om miljön. To care for the environment. Det är viktigt att lära barn ta hand om miljön. It's important to teach children to care for the environment. Also something I believe we are quite good at in Sweden. I remember learning how to recycle and how to save water and be careful with the environment in school. That was a while ago, but I hope that we're still good in our schools teaching our kids that, and that we're getting better because there's a lot more work to do. Att använda miljövänliga produkter. To use eco-friendly products. Att använda miljövänliga produkter. To use eco-friendly products. Vi använder alltid miljövänliga produkter som till exempel tvättmedel och shampoo. We always use eco-friendly products such as detergent and shampoo. I try to use eco-friendly products as much as I can, but I think that those like chemical products, like products you use for your hair, maybe if you use makeup or toothpaste, like chemical products, I think are extra important to remember to use eco-friendly products because they go out in our waters. So that's something I try to think about extra. Förnybar energi. Renewable energy. Förnybar energi. Renewable energy. Jag hoppas att vi i framtiden enbart kommer att använda förnybar energi. I hope that in the future we'll only use renewable energy. Well, I think we're moving towards that, don't you? Like electric cars, for example, I think is something that more and more people will use. And in Sweden, there is a lot of, for example, we use like the sun or the wind or waves or water to create renewable energy instead of nuclear power, for example, or coal. And there are a lot of sources that are not so good, and then there are some renewable energy sources. So that's something we will have to change for saving our planet. Att minska sopor. To reduce trash. Att minska sopor. To reduce trash. Vi kan minska sopor genom att använda material som kan återanvändas. We can reduce trash by using reusable materials. Yeah, you just learned a few of them, like jeans, rubber, and rainwater, but there are a lot of other materials that can be reused, and there are usually ways to consume products that are reusable in a way. So, good thing to look for. Att spara energi. To save energy. Att spara energi. To save energy. I vårt hushåll spar vi energi genom att släcka onödiga lampor. In our household, we save energy by turning off unnecessary lamps. Again, another easy thing to do, turn off the lamps when you're not in the room. Easy, doesn't hurt anyone, it's not an extra effort except for that little switch on the wall. So, good thing to remember. Okay, that was 10 ways to save the planet in Sweden. Come to Sweden and talk about saving the planet. Might be a good conversation starter and an interesting topic. So I hope you learned a few useful phrases, and maybe you found a favorite way of helping saving the planet, and you can get started in in it today. Remember to turn off that light when you leave the room. And also remember to like, share and comment on this video, and head over to swedishpod101.com to learn more Swedish. Looking forward to see you next time. Bye bye!
Expand your vocabulary with our Core 2000 Words ebook. It's free and packed with essential expressions that you'll use on a daily basis. Start building your vocabulary today. Click the link in the description below to download your free Swedish ebook before it's gone.
How was your day?
Hur var din dag? Hur var din dag?
Where is everyone?
Var är alla? Var är alla?
What's for dinner?
Vad blir det för mat? Vad blir det för mat?
Call me if you need anything.
Ring mig om du behöver något. Ring mig om du behöver något.
I'll be back tonight.
Jag kommer tillbaka ikväll. Jag kommer tillbaka ikväll.
Do you need anything?
Behöver du något? Behöver du något?
I'm leaving now.
Jag går nu. Jag går nu.
The TV isn't working.
TV:n fungerar inte. TV:n fungerar inte.
There's no toilet paper.
Det finns inget toalettpapper. Det finns inget toalettpapper.
What time is breakfast?
Vilken tid är frukost? Vilken tid är frukost?
Do you have a reservation?
Har du reserverat? Har du reserverat?
I have a reservation.
Jag har reserverat. Jag har reserverat.
How many people?
Hur många personer? Hur många personer?
It's only Tuesday.
Det är bara tisdag. Det är bara tisdag.
Today is Wednesday.
Idag är det onsdag. Idag är det onsdag.
It's already Sunday.
Det är redan söndag. Det är redan söndag.
Monday is the worst day of the week.
Måndag är den värsta dagen på veckan. Måndag är den värsta dagen på veckan.
What day is it today?
Vad är det för dag idag? Vad är det för dag idag?
The day after tomorrow is Friday.
I övermorgon är det fredag. I övermorgon är det fredag.
It ends in 30 minutes.
Det slutar om 30 minuter. Det slutar om 30 minuter.
She'll be here by 7 p.m.
Hon kommer att vara här vid 19:00. Hon kommer att vara här vid 19:00.
The flight will arrive at 8:45 p.m.
Flyget kommer att anlända 8:45 på kvällen. Flyget kommer att anlända 8:45 på kvällen.
It looks like it will take about 30 more minutes to get there.
Det ser ut som om det kommer ta ungefär 30 minuter extra att komma dit. Det ser ut som om det kommer ta ungefär 30 minuter extra att komma dit.
We'll arrive 30 minutes early.
Vi anländer 30 minuter tidigt. Vi anländer 30 minuter tidigt.
He's leaving now.
Han går nu. Han går nu.
Let's leave in 20 minutes.
Vi åker om 20 minuter. Vi åker om 20 minuter.
Can we leave around 6?
Kan vi åka runt 6? Kan vi åka runt 6?
Be here before noon.
Var här innan 12 på dagen. Var här innan 12 på dagen.
It's almost dusk.
Det är nästan skymning. Det är nästan skymning.
It's midnight.
Det är midnatt. Det är midnatt.
It's noon.
Klockan är prick 12. Klockan är prick 12.
It's 3:00.
Klockan är 3. Klockan är 3.
What is a good time for you?
Vad är en bra tid för dig? Vad är en bra tid för dig?
Have you done this before?
Har du gjort det här förut? Har du gjort det här förut?
What do you do in your spare time?
Vad gör du på din fritid? Vad gör du på din fritid?
What's your hobby?
Vad är din hobby? Vad är din hobby?
I play the guitar.
Jag spelar gitarr. Jag spelar gitarr.
I'm sorry for your loss.
Jag är ledsen för din förlust. Jag är ledsen för din förlust.
Congratulations.
Grattis. Grattis.
Please sit down.
Varsågod och sitt. Varsågod och sitt.
Come in.
Kom in. Kom in.
That was so thoughtful of you.
Det var väldigt omtänksamt av dig. Det var väldigt omtänksamt av dig.
You shouldn't have.
Du skulle inte ha. Du skulle inte ha.
Welcome.
Välkommen. Välkommen.
Do you have any kids?
Har du några barn? Har du några barn?
I'm American.
Jag är amerikan. Jag är amerikan.
Are you going on vacation?
Ska du åka på semester? Ska du åka på semester?
Do you have an appointment?
Har du bokat tid? Har du bokat tid?
I feel sick.
Jag känner mig dålig. Jag känner mig dålig.
I don't feel well.
Jag mår inte så bra. Jag mår inte så bra.
I think you can do it.
Jag tror att du kan göra det. Jag tror att du kan göra det.
Want to speak real Swedish from your first lesson? Sign up for your free lifetime account at swedishpod101.com. I'm sorry.
Förlåt. Förlåt.
Don't worry. Oroa dig inte. Oroa dig inte.
It's okay.
Det är okej. Det är okej.
Please.
Snälla. Snälla.
Please forgive me.
Snälla förlåt mig. Snälla förlåt mig.
I really appreciate it.
Jag uppskattar det verkligen. Jag uppskattar det verkligen.
Thank you.
Tack. Tack.
You're welcome.
Varsågod. Varsågod.
Make yourself at home.
Känn dig som hemma. Känn dig som hemma.
Hello.
Hej. Hej.
Good morning.
God morgon. God morgon.
Goodbye.
Hej då. Hej då.
Long time no see.
Det var länge sedan. Det var länge sedan.
Good evening.
God kväll. God kväll.
Sorry to keep you waiting.
Förlåt att du fick vänta. Förlåt att du fick vänta.
Wait a moment.
Ett ögonblick. Ett ögonblick.
Hello?
Hallå? Hallå?
Really?
På riktigt. På riktigt.
Help.
Hjälp. Hjälp.
I don't like it.
Jag tycker inte om det. Jag tycker inte om det.
I like it.
Jag tycker om det. Jag tycker om det.
Delicious.
Utsökt. Utsökt.
Awesome.
Ballt. Ballt.
What is it?
Vad är det? Vad är det?
Where are you from?
Vart kommer du ifrån? Vart kommer du ifrån?
How old are you?
Hur gammal är du? Hur gammal är du?
What's your phone number?
Vad har du för telefonnummer? Vad har du för telefonnummer?
What time is it?
Hur mycket är klockan? Hur mycket är klockan?
This is for you.
Det här är till dig. Det här är till dig.
I'm good.
Jag mår bra. Jag mår bra.
How have you been?
Hur har du haft det? Hur har du haft det?
How are you?
Hur mår du? Hur mår du?
Nice to meet you.
Trevligt att träffas. Trevligt att träffas.
It's difficult.
Det är svårt. Det är svårt.
Once again, please.
En gång till, tack. En gång till, tack.
I don't understand.
Jag förstår inte. Jag förstår inte.
Slower, please.
Långsammare tack. Långsammare tack.
It takes about 30 minutes by train.
Det tar ungefär 30 minuter med tåg. Det tar ungefär 30 minuter med tåg.
I want a bottle of water.
Jag vill ha en flaska vatten. Jag vill ha en flaska vatten.
I live in Los Angeles.
Jag bor i Los Angeles. Jag bor i Los Angeles.
My vacation starts in 2 weeks.
Min semester börjar om 2 veckor. Min semester börjar om 2 veckor.
I've changed.
Jag har förändrats. Jag har förändrats.
I won't do it again.
Jag gör inte om det. Jag gör inte om det.
This weekend I'm going to the movies.
Den här helgen ska jag på bio. Den här helgen ska jag på bio.
What are you doing this weekend?
Vad ska du göra den här helgen? Vad ska du göra den här helgen?
I'll have time next week.
Jag har tid nästa vecka. Jag har tid nästa vecka.
I'm busy this week.
Jag är upptagen den här veckan. Jag är upptagen den här veckan.
Ready to start?
Redo att börja? Redo att börja?
You're handsome.
Du är snygg. Du är snygg.
I'm having a great time.
Jag har jätteroligt. Jag har jätteroligt.
Expand your vocabulary with our Core 2000 Words ebook. It's free and packed with essential expressions that you'll use on a daily basis. Start building your vocabulary today. Click the link in the description below to download your free Swedish ebook before it's gone.